Well, I will start. Okay, space mechanics. Right, this is about a GATE syllabus. We'll concentrate on the GATE syllabus alone because space mechanics is a big subject, like a two-body problem, three-body problem, or n-body problem, and perturbations, and interplanet trajectory, etc. But for the GATE, the syllabus is very small, right? It is just here. If you see that, if you analyze that your GATE is one, you have only 3 marks for the space dynamics. Okay, that is called the space dynamics given 3, but we should not spend more also. You must not spend more time on this, right? Just some simple 3 or 4 slides, you must able to get it and apply it in the exam. And it is not a big difficult problems are coming in space dynamics. They are all fundamental. Okay, this is a syllabus as given by this space dynamics, and core topic is central force motion. This is generally a trajectory and orbital period in simple case, some 2 or 3 formulas and some fundamentals you must understand. That's all. Special topics, very less questions are coming in special topics, mostly in central force motion. Right. What is a central force motion? That means Earth and the satellite mainly. The problem is mainly concerned with Earth and the satellites orbiting. What is the velocity? Orbital velocity. If the orbital radius is given, one thing you have to understand: orbital radius is the radius of the Earth plus altitude above the surface of the Earth. This is a fundamental basic principle. While doing the problem, you must understand. You must orbital radius is equal to your Earth radius plus the altitude. Right? First one. And there are two forces are acting. What are those forces? One is force of attraction, another is centrifugal force. That's all. Only two forces acting. Is a type of orbit, right? Yeah, orbit can small fundamentals may not be that much, but to understand some problems, you must see these types of orbit. One is inclination. That means how the orbital plan is with reference to the Earth equatorial plan. The Earth is this my yellow line is called the equatorial. So the plan around the equatorial is a yellow square. How is your satellite is orbiting with respect to the plan? Mainly the angle between these two planes. It is called the inclination. Right? Polar orbit inclination is equal to 9. These kind of things only you have to remember. Multiple choice question mainly is so polar orbit inclination is 90. Equatorial orbit inclination is 0 or 180. That's all. There are two type of orbits by shape. One is elliptical orbit. One is elliptical orbit. Another is circular orbit. That's all. Two equations only it is concerned. So in the either circular orbit or elliptical orbit, the Earth is at the focus of the ellipse here. It is here the center of the circle. Remember, elliptical circular orbital velocity is different. Elliptical orbital velocity is different. Here the circular orbital velocity is constant. Here it is not constant. Okay. Then by altitude. So how much your altitude away from the surface of the Earth? There may be low Earth orbit, middle Earth orbit, and geosynchronous orbit where this is a right. Geostationary orbit is orbit in which inclination is 0. Geosynchronous orbit inclination is not equal to 0. This difference you must understand. Okay, right. So the three velocities involved. The questions are coming from these velocities only. Three velocity. One is orbital velocity, that is circular orbital velocity, elliptical orbital velocity. So there are two type of orbit. See, these are circular and elliptical. That's the reason I tell you. Right. So velocities, three: circular orbital velocity, elliptical orbital velocity, and escape velocity. These are the three velocities are there. You must understand the difference between these three, one by one. This is a elliptical. This is a elliptical orbit. This is a circular orbital velocity. So V is equal to this V. Velocity is equal to Gm 2 by R minus 1 by A. A is a semi-major axis of the ellipse. R is the position of the spacecraft. Okay, that is a radius. Right, this is orbital radius. Gm is a called mu, or G is a gravitational constant. Mass of the primary body, which is at the center or focus. In circular orbit, it is at the center. For elliptical orbit, it is at the focus. So this is the formula for elliptic. Everybody knows this formula, but very less people understand this formula. This is the elliptical velocity. Elliptical orbital velocity is a circular orbital velocity. Two velocities, then escape velocity. Let us see that elliptical orbital velocity, the Earth is at the focus, a satellite is making a elliptical orbit. Right? This is orbital radius, the R. If the satellite is here, we connect this with R, that is the radius. A is the semi-major axis of the ellipse. Right? E is the eccentricity. But eccentricity is not involved in the velocity. So don't worry about A actually. Only the R, mu is product of G and M, and R is the position vector or the orbital radius. A is the semi-major axis. These three parameters only decide the elliptical velocity. Remember, this is called apogee. This point is called perigee. Away point is called apogee. Closest point is perigee. Right? So it is derived like this. Don't worry about the derivation. Then escape velocity is 2 times root 2 times orbital velocity. That's all. Okay. So this is what the three formula you must remember. Right? There is orbital velocity. Right? So the difference is velocity, elliptical velocity is not constant in the orbit. High at perigee, low at above. We go away and away, the velocity will coming down. We are coming closer and closer, velocity will be higher. But circular velocity is constant. In both the cases, both the velocities depend upon the gravitational parameter mu. Right? This is a basic three concept. Orbital is circular. Escape velocity depend upon each planet. Escape velocity is constant for that particular planet, either it is surface or anywhere. Upon G is equal to mp is called mu. Mu is called the gravitational constant. mp is the mass of the planet. Mu is a gravitational constant, the product of gravitational G in the mass of the planet, which is in the focus. Right? These are gravitational formulas for various. Depending upon the mass of the planet at the focus, the gravitational parameter will be increasing or decreasing. For a sun, it is order of 10 power 20. For Mercury, which is a very small mass, it is order of 10 power 13. Right? Don't have it this one. Okay. Venus, 10 power 14. Earth is also 10 power 14 because they are almost same mass. Right? Moon, 4.9, 10 power 12, 2 order less, 200 times less. Like that. Mars, 10 order, 1 order less, that means 10 times. Like these various celestial bodies here and their gravitational constant. So G is constant, but mass of the planet is not constant. Right? My parameter is a product of mass of the planet in the gravitational constant. In this, gravitational constant is constant for all planets, but mass of the planet is vary with respect to the planet. That's a simple concept. So Saturn, a little bit, Jupiter is the highest next to Sun. Right? There is a small question in your exam. What is the spacecraft music that I have given? So you must remember it is B is equal to mu by R. That's all. B is the correct answer. Like that only they will ask in the same question asked in the GATE T019. What is the potential velocity? All don't confuse. They are arguing orbital velocity. What is the orbital velocity? Mu by R. That's all. It is a circular velocity. Right? But central body two assumption. One is central mass is much greater than the orbiting mass. So Earth mass is much greater than the satellite mass. Satellite, let us say 4 tons, maximum 10 tons, let us say. But mass of the Earth is 10 power 28 kg. Right? So in that case only the central body assumption is the central mass is much higher than the orbiting mass. The orbiting mass is nothing but the orbiting satellite. Right? This is a formula. B escape is equal to root 2 into gm. Again, 2 into mu by r. This is a escape velocity formula. So it is at the surface. That means no altitude at the radius of the Earth. This is 11.2. If we go up, and then it may come down to 10.8. That's what our rockets are going up to 250 kilometers or 400, 300 kilometers. They release a satellite. The escape velocity may be slightly less, 10.8. Okay. So that's why don't get confused. V escape at the surface is 11.2. We slightly go up, we will save some velocity. Right? Remember, escape velocity in 11.12 kilometer per second is equal to Mach number 33. Remember, International Space Station is orbiting the Earth at the velocity of Mach number at least 25. That's why aerospace velocities are much, much higher than aeronautical engineering velocities. That's what you remember. Mach number is a aeronautical number, aeronautical engineering number. But escape velocity, we are in kilometer per second. Right? Approximately Mach number 33. Maybe one multiple choice question may come. Let us see. Escape velocity also depend upon the planet mass because it is also mu by r. Mu is gm. So see, sun's velocity is this much. 618 kilometers per second. You must the rocket must thrust to a velocity of 618 kilometers per second. But if we Earth, all our rocket has to go for 11 kilometers per second. Right? If we reach that Earth, it will escape. Venus, slightly less. But if we go to Jupiter, it is higher. So Jupiter is higher. So you need more propulsive forces to take off from the Jupiter. Because it is around 60 kilometers per second, comparing Earth to 10 kilometers per second. So I always believe in animation. Then only understand better. You see that Jupiter is 1 lakh miles per hour, 1.3 lakhs miles per hour it requires to escape. But in the Earth, it is just 25,000 miles per hour. That is level. Okay. So this is what the different escape velocity from different planets. So concept is escape velocity is different from different planet. But for a given planet, it is same, not like our orbital velocity. Right? 2 miles per hour. And there is a relation between the gravitational constant and the oscillation due to gravity. This is a relation. Remember, Gm is equal to R square G. This only you have to remember. So it is, so B escape is proportional to radius. Right? The altitude where you are releasing. That's all. It is 11.8 or 10.8 depend upon small r. Very more important. This concept, please kindly take down this concept. This is 4 point. The escape velocity of a body is directly proportional to square root of the mass of the planet. Right? That we have seen in the graph animation. First one, escape velocity is directly proportional to the mass of the planet, Earth or Sun or Moon, from where you are escaping. It may vary to planet to planet. For the Earth, it is 11.2 kilometers per second, whereas in the Sun, if you want to escape, it will go to 600 kilometers per second. That's all. The escape body is invisible on square root of the radius of the planet. That is divided by r square. That also another factor is orbital radius. See, why that radius, it is not like our orbital velocity, because this is how much far you can go and launch a satellite. That's the matter. If equation does not contain the term m, that means either the satellite mass is not a problem, or not a factor. Even for a 10 ton satellite and the Earth to Mars, the mass of the satellite is not involved in the escape velocity. Kindly remember. The escape velocity is purely dependent upon the mass of the planet where you are escaping, not the satellite which is orbiting the planet. This is another concept. It is broadly independent of the direction of planet. Somebody asked, inclination 30 degree I am escaping. What is the escape velocity? Don't get confused. It is independent of the direction of projection. Escape velocity is constant in all projection. Because it is one of the multiple choice question. All these things come as a multiple choice question. Right? So there another equation relating circular velocity and the escape. Remember circular velocity, not the elliptical velocity. Circular velocity, circular orbital velocity, and the escape velocity is VE, final mark. Don't worry about the derivation. V escape is equal to root 2 times V circular, where V circular is equal to mu by R. That's all. Very simple. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. Take down this problem if you want. So how will you consider the escape velocity for a small? One example problem is given. It is given the radius of the earth is equal always surface if they give means radius of the earth 6,400 kilometers. Whether they give in the exam or not, you must remember this value. This is to calculate the escape velocity. R is given. Okay. G is given. That means small g is given, not the capital G gravitational constant. How will you calculate? This is a velocity from the escape velocity from small g. So this example is escape velocity from small g, not capital G. Right? Escape velocity from capital G. So this is an example. Right? Escape velocity from G is a oscillation due to gravity. The formula is, remember this formula. V is equal, V escape is equal to root 2 times RG. R is orbital radius. G is a oscillation due to gravity. Okay? Right. The gravity is more. The escape velocity will be more. Radius, right, is the radius of the earth where you are rotating. Right? Don't worry about this. This is the only difference. A circular orbit, right? Right above the earth surface. So you are finding R from the formula. This example, we will finding a R from the formula. It is moving a circle around the earth with a speed equal to half the magnitude of the escape velocity. The escape velocity is given. That means orbital velocity is half times the escape velocity. Already we know it is the 2 gm by r is the escape velocity. So I of this 1 by 4. Then you can find the r. So giving velocity, this is an example model. I'm sorry. Escape velocity from G. This escape velocity from R is given. What you probably find there? This orbital velocity is given. You have to find the height. Velocity is given. Velocity given. Given. Find the R. That's all. Find the orbital radius R. That's all. If capital R means earth radius. That's all. Okay. Like this, we can body from the moon. What is the escape velocity at the moon? We can apply this formula, but remember it is around 2.3 kilometers per second. It is approximately the same. VE is equal to 2 gm by r, 2 mu by r. R is the radius of the R is the radius of the moon. Here mass is the mass of the moon. So wherever whatever the planet applicable, don't always assume M is Earth, R is the orbital of the Earth. But if it is given in the moon, it is for the M is the mass of the moon, R is the radius of the moon. That's all. There is no other difference. Approximately it is 2.3 kilometers per second. Wherever given moon, we have calculated. Right. Extra velocity from Mars. Same thing. Only the mass of the Mars will be more, orbital radius is more. Right. This is a calculation which we can do. This is on the escape. upwards from the surface of the body present the angle of 45 degree with the vertical. What is the escape velocity? Don't worry, escape velocity is same 11 kilometer per second. That's all. It can be any angle projected, whatever angle you project, escape velocity is same. This is one of the gate question. If you want to take it, it's 11 kilometer per second. Right. This is another question. These are from standard formula they may ask sometime, but very rare. Sorry. What is the equation of R? Is the equation of ellipse or equation of the orbit can be represented by this. C is the answer. These are standard formula, remember. So R is 1 plus E plus R theta. Another one is, so maximum angular velocity is always at apogee or apophysis or aphelion, starting with A. Sorry. Maximum angular velocity. No, sorry. It is at periphysis, it is higher, apophysis, it is lower. That's all. Same question, right? What is the question number 1 of the exam paper I am solving. So answer is mu by R. Say R is equal to this much. It is at the point that is periphysis. That's all. Right? B, C, and Y each 1 mark. You can see that. You can take this also. Right? B, C, and B. Okay. Where it is above, you can understand this question. This is 11th is where the velocity will be maximum. Velocity will be maximum when it is near to the focus. That is the periphysis or perihelion or perigee. P is closest, A is far away. Right? Like this, the product of earth and mass, G is equal to M. This is a minimum in the velocity, but round up to 2 decimals. This is a to exit. So you call the exit velocity and you call the orbital velocity. The difference between this is a increment velocity. That's all. Right? Here the orbital velocity is given. You know what is the escape velocity of the Earth. The difference between the orbital velocity and the escape velocity will come as a delta. That means what is given is orbital velocity can be calculated from the given parameter. Calculate. Escape velocity is known. Difference between is the increment. Between the two is the increment you will give. Additional velocity is the additional velocity. That's the answer. Is the answer. That's all. The answer. Okay. So like that you will handle the problem. Don't worry. Whatever there is injection parallel to the localization, nothing. It is a calculate the orbital velocity, that is answer. That's all using the formula. Right? Yes, at the forms and all the things can be easily answered by this. Okay. It's 2015. Right? Same kind of question. Right? Same kind of question. You can read that easily answer with the our formulas only, nothing else. Only. Right? All these questions, these are just will Kepler third law. But I don't know, the third law will be asked for you. This is a question. Here, it is the third law is T by F, T1 by T2 is equal to RP1 by RP1 3 by 2. That's all. Or it is a square is equal to cube. So, or any other, you have to calculate that. You can directly apply the formula and direct. And mostly they are asking not in Kepler laws. Mostly they are not asking. Right. Again, change the radius and change the radius of the Earth and increase it by 1.01. Okay. Then compare. So then calculate the orbital period. So you can find out the difference in the percentage. Same, it is all given data. T squared is R cube. Remember, this is third law is T squared is equal to R cube. T1 squared by T2 squared is equal to R1 cube by R2 cube. T1 is the orbital period of the first planet. R1 is the orbital radius of the first planet. So T1 square, T2 is the orbital period of the second planet. R2 is the radius of the second planet. Use this calculate. He has given is 1.1 R has given. Calculate the answer C. So every problem like that you analyze the extra velocity independent of mass. You also remember it is independent of the mass of the satellite, which I have told. A question is based on this. Right. So mass of the satellite doesn't matter whether escape velocity. It is the mass of the Earth where you are rotating. That is all the primary mass. I can give a title. Again, I am studying the concept. Escape velocity mass of the satellite. As long as mass ME is greater than satellite, greater than the mass of the satellite. Okay. This is a concept, this is a question. Same thing. So this is called the law of period. That which I was telling. So remember T is equal to A square, semi-major axis, or the radius of the orbital radius. Both are same. Orbital mass of the Earth, satellite mass of two planets. This is the relation between the orbital period and mass and given orbital radius. Okay. Km by U. This is a sample question. Right? This is the solution. Okay. Two radius and so the same formula. T squared mass, T1 by T squared, you know that. Same radius is given. So what is the time period? That's all. So 4 pi squared mu is a constant. So it became T squared by T1 squared is equal to R cube by R1 RU cube by R2 cube. That's all. The same formula use it. Don't worry about this derivation. This is a formula. T squared by Earth is equal to R cube mass by R Earth cube. That's all. Only this formula only remember. Don't get confused. Right. So three quantities will be given. You have to calculate the fourth quantity. That's all. Two period, two radius. Right. Same thing. Is a given. A satellite mass is 6,000 kg. It is in a circular orbit. So orbit velocity is constant above the surface of a planet. The period of the planet is given. The radius of the planet is given. So period and the rate of one T1, one R1 is given. Another one R1, R2 is given. You have to find out T2. That's all. Same. Right. But here important is radius plus the D. That's more important. You have to add the altitude always with the radius of the Earth or the radius of the planet to get the orbital radius. More important. And again this problem is based on the fact. The point is orbital radius is equal to radius of the planet or the Earth plus altitude above the ground. Right? The Earth or planet, it can be moon or it can be Earth or anything, but it is the orbital radius is equal to, this concept is clearly, in this problem it uses this radius and the altitude. Okay. This problem ends like this. Same problem, mass can be applied. That's all. Okay. So these are the things you must know for the 3 marks. Don't spend more time. Just go through all these things and work out the problem and go. Remember the key formulas. Elliptical velocity, circular velocity, escape velocity, and the Kepler's third law. That's all. Kepler third law is easily can remember by T1 squared by T2 squared is equal to R1 cube by R2 cube. That's all. That is the third law. Okay. This you must always radiate. This one problem will be great. So work out only 2 or 3 problems. Go to the exam. Best of luck. Thank you.